Time now to head out into the garden, and Jeremy just said it, nice weather this weekend, so you probably need to get busy. You need to get dirty in your yard. 10 of your sides, gardening expert Dabney Morgan is here. The phone lines are open, by the way, so go ahead and give him a call with your gardening questions. The number 673-5420. Some great rain over the weekend.
Yes, and you know, it's so nice to have you interview me. Don normally does it. He's not interested in gardening. He talks like he is, but you really get out there and do some gardening, so it's great to have you with me.
Well, I need to have some information so that my husband can do all the work.
There
so I
you
can
go.
supervise.
Right. That's,
so I'm listening carefully.
Well, everybody needs a good supervisor.
So lots of rain after pretty much a drought.
Right,
so what does that mean? That can't be all good.
Well, it really is, though, believe it or not. The only problem may be a few of the things in the garden, cucumbers and maybe some squash may be looking really rough right now because there was so much water at one time, and it takes it all up, so they may be rotting out. So, you know, we're going to have to pull out some things in the garden, but as far as our lawn is concerned, we really needed it. I mean, particularly those of us that have fescue lawns, they were really looking stressed. Now is a good time to start preparing for fall. If you notice that some of your grass plants that are not desirable are starting to go to seed, well, we want to control those, kill them out now before they actually go to seed, so we won't have so many problems next year. So, you know, in planning for fall seeding, now's a good time to take care of crabgrass, now's a good time to take care of the wiregrass, or what we call common Bermuda. Even some of the weeds that are starting to flower again and go to seed, we want to control those as well too.
I tell you, because it was so dry, there are certainly some brown spots in my yard, and so we just we forgot about it. We figured we'd wait till next year. So this is a good time to prep for the coming year.
Well, we don't want to wait necessarily till next year, but we want to do it this fall, starting about the first or second week of September. So now is a good time to be prepping those areas as far as we can start raking through that to get the dead thatch up, and then of course preparing with maybe a little bit of topsoil, a little bit of lime, and then by the time you get that done, not everybody's going to run out and do it today, so by the time we do get that done, we can go ahead and start putting seed out, even if it's a week, 2 weeks from now. But the ideal time is mid-September on.
All right, get it on your calendar. Peck from Norfolk has been waiting patiently to ask you a question. Okay. Peck, good afternoon to you. What's your question for Dabney?
Construction next to my house is creating an adverse drainage. I'm going to have to bring in dirt to cover. Now, the area I'm trying to work in has a lot of crabgrass. I want to get rid of the crabgrass before I bring in the new dirt. Would Roundup or something like that work for crabgrass killing?
You can, but keep in mind when you do Roundup is a weed and grass killer. It kills everything. So if you have some desirable grass in that area, you may want to do it selectively, and there are crabgrass killers that will only kill the crabgrass without hurting your desirable grass. But definitely it's a good idea to do it before you bring the soil in, because if you cover those seeds up, they're all going to sprout next year.
We don't want that to return.
Exactly.
So you talked about prepping for fall seeding. Also a good time, I know you mentioned earlier, to do a little bit of pruning, a little bit of cleanup.
Absolutely. Our annuals, the things that we planted this spring, they're starting to look a little ragged. We don't necessarily need to pull those up. We can just cut them back, feed them, and we'll get another flush of growth and blooms for the fall. Also roses, those of us that have the hybrid roses. Summertime is really tough on the hybrids. They're the hybrid teas, the grandiflores and floribundas. Due to the fact that it's so hot, the blooms this summer were quite small and had some insect damage. So if we prune those back now, maybe about a third of the way and feed them, then we'll get another cycle of blooms for the fall, and with the shorter days, they'll be much larger and better color to them as well.
Dabney, as always, you are a wealth of knowledge, and he isn't done yet. He's headed over to the Wavy web desk for a live chat. You can go to wavy.com right now to ask him your gardening questions. Dabney, thanks very much.
Thank you. Have a good week.
You too.